I'm your host Amber from my show, The Amber Dazzle Show. I have today with me a very talented artist, Mr. Ali Parvez Mehndi. Now, a lot of people might not know him, but he is very gifted, very talented, very creative. He has done innumerable songs in a lot of amazing production movies, and I'm very privileged to have him today here for a lovely community gathering in South Lake, Texas. So hi Ali, welcome to my show. How are you doing?
I'm great.
So Ali, tell us, what will be you singing today for our viewers?
I'll be singing a few of my songs and
your own original songs. And
beside that, whatever people like.
Okay, perfect. So Ali, now tell us, like, the music that you follow, especially like connecting to our American audience. What is the music that really connects you to the American generation, like nowadays? What kind of music do you gravitate towards? Is it more classical, what kind of genre music?
No, it has to be balanced.
Balanced?
So youth can connect.
Okay.
The youth needs
the millennials.
First they need to understand what it is. If we're gonna give them a lot, it's gonna be, because now the time is so fast.
Yes.
We live in an iPad.
Technology world,
exactly,
right?
Technology area.
Exactly.
So I think we should keep it very balanced. If we show them a fusion, the fusion has to be very right.
Like East meets West,
exactly.
Kind of like that.
I mean, and it should be, I don't know how to put it, but I have done quite a few projects, which is my songs on SoundCloud.
Oh,
if
okay,
you listen
SoundCloud,
to them,
okay.
You would understand.
So how can people Google you? Like, just put your name?
Yeah,
and
put my name, Ali Parvez Mehndi.
Okay, perfect. So now Ali, especially like what kind of numbers, like especially for the new upcoming inspiring artists, what would you tell them? What kind of advice would you have for them for your length of span of career in this industry?
Man, consistency is everything.
Consistency.
Just keep doing what you
Listen to these guys, consistency is the key.
It is the key.
Okay.
That's the only key.
Okay. So, and what kind of music do you like?
It depends, all genres.
Any artists that you're really fond of?
Of course. I mean, it depends. I mean, now because of my dad.
Tell us about your dad. Because
my father name is Parvez Mehndi. Aap sab logon ne suna hoga. Probably you guys have heard already. And he was a ghazal singer. So I grew up learning ghazal.
Explain our American viewers what ghazal is actually.
Ghazal is actually it's one genre is classical music. And then there's one genre which is semi-classical music.
Semi-classical, classical.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then
so it has a lot of sitar and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, ghazal is more about poetry.
Poetry. Okay,
exactly.
Good. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so he was. And so, do you do your own poetry also? Do you have that?
I tried, but I'm not that good.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So great, Ali, and we look forward to. And like you said, we can follow you on iCloud. And any special message that you want to give?
SoundCloud. You can add me on Facebook. I mean, you know, one of those things like social media.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. So, and any message that you want to give our audience for music lovers out there?
Oh man, just keep doing what you're doing.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and see you again every other week on my show, The Amber Dazzle Show. Signing off.
मैं तेनू समझा
Hello viewers, and welcome to my segment Health and Wellness with Dr. Shabnam on Amber Dazzle Show. Today I am so blessed and honored to have a wonderful physician, a great colleague, and a great pain medicine doctor, Dr. Rao Kamranali. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Dr. Shabnam, for having me at your show.
Thank you for coming. So Dr. Rao Kamranali, tell us something about yourself. How did you start your medical career?
So I did my MBBS from National College Multan in 2000. Then I came to the States. I did my general surgery internship in Montefiore Medical Center, and then I did 3-year physical medicine and rehabilitation residency at the same place. 1 year interventional spine fellowship in DC, and then 1 year pain fellowship at Case Western, Ohio. And since then I am having my own practice in Texas and Ohio, interventional pain.
Wonderful. That's a great accomplishment. We are so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
He has been taking care of some of my patients and they're extremely pleased. So Dr. Ali, I thought we should talk about something that is common and where as a primary care physician, I see a lot of those patients coming in. I'm sure you see them too with the suffering with back pain. So what is back pain? What causes back pain and how common it is?
That's a great question, Dr. Shabnam. So the back pain is so common that 1 in 3 Americans have back pain, and like billions and billions dollars are spent directly or indirectly due to back pain. So back pain has obviously there are like a big list of risk factors and the reasons why people have back pain, but the most important is like lifestyle. So the lifestyle changes, which is like the way we work, the amount of work, and the way we sleep, how we eat, and most importantly, weight gain. So these are all major risk factors causing low back pain.
So is any particular population is at risk for back pain, or it is pretty much common among men, women, and at any age?
It is actually more common in elderly. Obviously, you know, we get more patients. Those are 60 plus, but it's getting common in 40s, in 50s, and obviously we get young people too, which is generally the back pain, which is acute or subacute pain, and it gets better. But chronic back pain, which we used to get like in elderly population, now we get a lot of middle-aged people suffering from the same problems.
So is it because of the lifestyle changes, we are not careful about our diet and exercise, and arthritis is developing in the spine, which is causing the back pain?
Absolutely. So this is something that the people need to understand, that low back pain, it can be signal of something going on. And here I want to like address one important thing, that when people get low back pain, either they just get like, you know, take over the counter medication, or they go to chiropractor.
Right.
And the thing is this, they need to understand that most important thing is to go to your primary care doctor, you know, because it's not the back pain. You have to see where is it coming from. Is it coming from your lifestyle problem? Then who is going to take care of that, chiropractor or primary care?
Right.
Obviously primary care.
Right.
You know? Or if it is something that maybe back pain is sort of a sign of some big problem going on.
Exactly.
Some infection, some cancer, you know, some arterial disease.
Exactly.
So it's going to get worse if you go to some other place, you know, other than primary care. Yes, once your primary care rules out all bigger problem, then yeah, if you want to go to chiropractor, we have no problem with that, you know. But this is a very important point I want you to bring up.
So it is very important for the primary care physician also to diagnose the back pain accurately, because there could be something else going on besides just the arthritis of the spine. We usually start with I see a lot of people with back pain, and of course the muscle spasm also exists with the back pain, which causes very, very painful condition. We start with X-ray, and then MRI is actually a better diagnosis modality for the back pain.
Absolutely. MRI definitely, it tells us a lot what's going on in the back, but we have to see like for how long patient is having this pain. Is it acute? Is it chronic? Or when we see if there is any weakness, then we have to get MRI ASAP.
Right.
Yeah, and but if it is just pain, then we have to see like is it subsiding or is it getting worse? So then we go accordingly.
So usually when patients come to me for back pain, I usually start them in the pain medications and of course the muscle relaxants and the physical therapy. And of course at that time, if the back pain is not getting better, or sometimes a steroid injection as well, or oral steroids. But what happens if the back pain is not getting better and I diagnose them with, like, for example, there's a disc herniation or what you call it, the disc has moved its place. So when patients come to you, how do you treat them?
That's a very good question, Dr. Shabnam. So when patients come to us and we get really great feedback from primary care like yourself, so we already know that most of the things have been done. We have tried conservative treatments and as you said, some steroid pack. And then we see if MRI is already done by Joe, then it gives us a bigger picture. If not, then we try to get it done. Now the therapies, again, we have to make sure that patient is active. We have to continue physical therapy. Then we have to make sure that patient is lifestyle is changing, like weight gain. If there's weight gain, we have to work on the weight, which is very important because we have to see what are the long-term gains. And then when it comes to pain part, if a conservative treatment has failed, then we see is the pain is axial, which means it's just in the lower back, then the treatment is different. If it is going to leg, which we sometimes call sciatica, then the treatment is different.
Exactly.
We do epidural injection for sciatica pain, but if it is in the lower back pain, then we try to do nerve blocks and radio-frequency lesioning of those small joints. Those are causing that pain.
Perfect. So of course there is so much hope beyond just taking the pain medication and muscle relaxants, and more new intervention and therapies are coming along, and there is hope for our viewers and ourselves. Is there anything else in the pipeline? If there's any new modality that has been introduced recently that you can put some light on?
Absolutely. So now this is where we go to our next level. So if these blocks they help, then good. We tell people that your pain is better, go back to your life, adopt lifestyle changes, and then you will be recovered. But if it gets worse, then we have other modalities. Like if the disc is bothering them, we can just put the needle and suck the disc out. It saves a big open surgery.
Right.
And if it's not still helping, then we can put something called spinal cord stimulator.
Oh, good.
Yes, that we.
Excellent.
Yeah, we put, this is a new technology. We put a wire in the area which controls the pain, and so it modulates the pain. The patient, the problem is there, arthritis is there, pain is there, but the brain is not processing the pain.
Okay, that is wonderful. Spinal cord stimulator. So especially it would be a great treatment option for people who do not want to go through surgery or who are not a good candidate for surgery of the back as well.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, the back surgery has not been other than few cases. Let's say if one level disc problem and the surgeon just goes and work on that level, it has some good outcome. But when it comes to fusions, multi-level, it does not have a good outcome. So if we have to, if the things are too bad that there is no other option other than surgery, yes, then they have to go. But before that, we try our best that it should not go that far.
Exactly.
And spinal cord stimulator has helped all the pains from head to toe. It has helped even organic pain. It has helped genital organs pain. So it has helped every area. It has touched now it's even being used for seizures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. That's great. So we have got a lot of information from Dr. Rao Kamran Ali. Thank you so much for coming to the segment and enlighten us with all of your expert advice. I'm sure a lot of people would benefit from it. And that's it for today. And keep watching Health and Wellness with Dr. Shabnam on Amber Dazzle Show, and see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shabnam. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
to my show, the Amber Dazzle Show. I'm your host, Amber, and along with me is my lovely makeup artist, Shelly Rana. Shelly, hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me, Amber.
Thank you for coming. And now today we will be discussing a very important beauty tip, contouring. So Shelly, tell our viewers, you have a kit here, and how would we contour a face?
So with contouring, I like to use the cream contour. I think with cream contour, it really gives you a more dramatic contour. If that's what you're looking for, you can always go for powder as well. But I like to go for cream contour with the lightest color as well as one of the darkest colors.
Okay.
And with contouring, it's very important that you are familiar with your face shape. So first, you kind of need to look in the mirror and determine what kind of shape you have.
Like a round face or square face or rectangular face or...
Exactly.
Okay.
And then you want to see, like, really analyze your face and see, like, okay, is my forehead too big? Is my chin too long? You know, so those are things that you need to know before you contour, because then you can correctly contour your face to make it appear how you want it to appear.
Okay.
So what I like to do is I definitely like to contour the nose for everyone, and then I also like to contour the cheeks. So cheeks is something.
Usually, I've seen in the TV, like you go at an angle, right? So you go at an angle here and an angle here, like
Yes.
the jawbone.
Yes. So
And the nose around the bridge area.
exactly.
Okay.
So I like to, if you already have a pretty nice jawline, you don't have to contour your jaw. So if you want to create a jawline, you would contour right below the jawline as well as right below the cheek area. So that's where you would want to contour, as well as, you know, some people like to contour their forehead if they have a larger forehead, so on the outer of the forehead as well. So those are areas that I like to contour, but you have to again see your face structure. So not everything will work for everyone. So
Okay, and mention our viewers about the highlighter. How to use exactly how do you do the highlighter?
So highlighting is with the lightest color, and with highlighting, what it does is it really brings out your features. So things you want to bring out is like your nose, your forehead. So I like to highlight the T-zone area for sure, and then I like to highlight underneath the jaw, so it's going to really bring out your jawline as well as your cheeks. So
and also above here, right? I
right,
guess.
right underneath the under eye
Under eyes as well.
So
Okay, so thank you so much, Shelly,
Yeah.
for this lovely makeup tip. And you can watch us every other week on my show, Amber Dazzle Show. Keep on watching us and keep on tuning in. Thank you.
Hi, so Poonam, new year, new beginnings. Do you have any resolutions you made this year?
Oh my God, this is such a sour topic to touch upon. I just feel like I'm a stuffed potato because of the past holiday season. You know, everybody was home, you're just having so many parties, all these socials happening, and you feel like you're just eating and you're on a binge spree, and then there goes your weight loss goals.
I agree.
So you know
I'm
what?
sailing the same boat as you are.
Yeah, why not pick this as our socially relevant topic today, and let's touch upon women and their infamous weight loss struggles.
Do you struggle with your weight loss?
All the time.
All
I
the
think I've been
time.
struggling ever since I was born. First, you struggle to put on all that weight because everybody thinks you're not eating enough as a baby. And then when you are at that stage, when you don't need to gain any more weight, then you're struggling to put it off.
Yes,
right?
I agree. And as women, we go through so many phases in life. We have hormonal changes, we get pregnant, we have babies, and that weight keeps on fluctuating.
Yeah,
the more you
absolutely.
try to keep it off, the more it comes back to you. So for me, I feel like, yes, healthy is very important. Skinny, not that. You have to make sure your dress size matters, not your weight.
And you know, like they say, beauty is only skin deep. So you are what you feel. If you feel good in your size, then you're good. But obviously you have to keep on that radar. You have to know when to follow the radar and when you're falling off the wagon. So I do recommend certain small tips that everybody can incorporate in their life, and we're going to touch upon that in just a bit. But before that, I wanted to hit a very important topic. I think weight loss and weight gain struggles are a vicious cycle, because women, the more they get stressed about losing weight, the more weight they're going to gain. So I think at the get-go, before you incorporate any kind of dieting in your daily life, the first and the foremost important thing all women need to do is to learn to calm, relax, unwind, and not take so much pressure about losing dress sizes.
Exactly.
Or losing weight. I think right there half the battle will be won if they just learn to take baby steps and have a constructive
weight loss program.
Weight loss program. There you go.
Because stress increases your cortisol level, and you don't want that. That accumulates fat in your body. So Poonam, have you heard about intermittent fasting? Because there's a lot of fad going on about intermittent fasting. What is your take on that?
I really don't understand. I know my husband has jumped on that wagon as well, and he's trying to lose some weight. I have been hearing a lot about intermittent fasting, and it does sound very fascinating, but man, it just sounds very difficult too. I don't think I can stay hungry for such long periods of time without eating anything. What do you have to say about it?
So my take on intermittent fasting, and again, I'm not an expert at this, I'm just giving you my take, my point of view. But what is intermittent fasting? What I think, or what I've read is, it says that eat 8 hours a day, fasting for 16 hours. It's a high protein diet, low on carbs. Now, there's a difference between starvation and fasting. For me, fasting is something which, people do voluntarily. Okay, I'll fast for health issues or for religious reasons, whereas starvation is something where people do it involuntarily. You don't have any say to that. You just follow a fad. So for me, intermittent fasting, yes, it sounds good, but is it sustainable for the rest of your life? Can you follow that for the rest of your life? I don't think so, because you need carbohydrates. You need something to fuel your body. You need something to fuel your brain. If I'm off carbs, how am I going to, sustain for the rest of my life? And carbs are awesome. They're awesome to your mouth.
They taste good too.
They taste good too. I love my pizza. I love my pasta.
Absolutely. Don't we all love our carbs? And I think a very valid point is that any kind of diet has to be made scalable to your daily lifestyle.
Great.
So you cannot just take it from the book and start implementing it. I think you have to make it your own. Exactly. So with that, what I'm trying to say is, say if you're doing intermittent fasting, some aspects of it may appeal to your normal lifestyle and some may not. I'm really fine with starting my day off with a lot of protein and a little bit of carbs, because you're already fasting, your body's already fasting for 8 to 9 hours when you're sleeping.
And that is what they say, break fast. You're breaking your fast. After 8 hours of your nice beauty sleep, you need that protein, or you need that carb to break your fast, bring your insulin levels up, bring your glucose levels up, and have a normal day.
Absolutely. So if I were to incorporate intermittent fasting in my life as a career woman and a mother of twins who has a really busy morning, I would probably not start off by not having my breakfast. I think my first meal of the day would be a heavy breakfast. Like they say, eat like a king in the morning, and then have lunch like a miser, and then have dinner like a pauper. So I think maybe I would probably start off with a good heavy breakfast with a lot of protein, and then I can have like a fasting period of whatever it is. And that has to be a realistic timeline, guys. Do not stretch yourself to a point where you're just gonna break down and then you're gonna go on a binge spree, because that's just gonna do more harm than good, right?
Exactly, it never works. Fasting, yes, you try it for a few days, but it's not going to work if you're thinking of it for the rest of your life. You need to exercise too. Exercise has to be incorporated. You don't have to exercise for an hour or 2 hours. You can do 30 minutes of brisk walk 3 times a week. Start with that.
Just get your heart rate up.
Exactly. Keep that going.
Yes.
And then have a nice, healthy breakfast, meals, dinner, lunches. Enjoy your time. Live a stress-free life. Enjoy your time with your friends. go for a cup of wine.
Absolutely.
It's not a glass of wine
Unwinding
is
and
fine.
relaxing is equally important. Another key a lot of people don't realize is how much packaged and processed food that we're consuming. So I just read somewhere the other day that, well begin is half the battle won. So that means if you begin your day really well with a good, heavy, solid, healthy and nutritious breakfast, I think that should be a good foundation to take you through a hectic day.
Exactly. You won't feel sluggish.
Yes.
You won't feel lethargic if you did not, if you start your day with a heavy breakfast, you'll be fine for the rest of your day. Eat your lunch, eat your meals, don't skip it, stay healthy. Skinny is not everything. Healthy is everything.
And I think you guys should focus more on your dress size than the scale, because a lot of time you're building muscle and it may not show that change on the scale, but you're still losing weight because you're toning up. So always pay attention to how tight or loose your dresses are fitting you. I think that's the best indicator of how you're doing on your weight loss goals. And one more point I would like to reiterate on, try to make as many simple, fresh macro meals during the day rather than eating out of packets or processed food, because that's going to do you more harm than good. So say if you're not able to work out, you could always compensate by eating healthy, eating fresh, eating at home. And I think that
processed foods are high in sodium and you do not want that. And again,
preservatives.
do not look at your friends. Every body type is different. Every person is different. So do not look at them and say, hey, you know what? She's fasting for 8 hours. She's working out for an hour. Let me do that and I'll look the same.
Because she may
It
not
never
have a
works.
very challenging lifestyle as you have, and your body might be asking for certain elements that are more than her body. So always adapt goals that are sustainable and they're scalable for your lifestyle.
For your lifestyle and your body.
And with that, it's Poonam signing off the Amber Dazzle Show, and I have Krupa with me. Until we meet you guys again on another exciting segment with a socially relevant topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ciao.
The preceding was paid program paid by Amber Dazzle. Promotional consideration is paid by following advertisers.